On March 8, 2014, a Statoviat, Boeing 777 passenger jet carrying 239 people took off from Kuala Lumpur, destined for Beijing. It was a routine overnight flight, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. But this flight was anything but routine. It would soon become the greatest aviation mystery of our time. What happened to MH370? Let's rewind to that. Fateful night. The plane takes off on schedule. Everything seems normal. About 40 minutes into the flight, as the plane is about to leave Malaysian airspace and enter Vietnamese airspace, the crew makes their final, now haunting, radio transmission. At 1:19 a.m., the pilot calmly says, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Those were the last words ever heard from the cockpit. Just 2 minutes later, the aircraft's transponder, which communicates its position to air traffic control, went silent. MH370 vanished from civilian radar screens. No distress call was ever made. No warning was given. It was as if the plane had simply ceased to exist. This initial disappearance was baffling enough, but what military radar later uncovered was even more shocking. After disappearing, the plane didn't just fall out of the sky. Instead, it made a sharp, deliberate turn back to the west, flying back across the Malaysian peninsula. This wasn't an accident. It was a deviation from its flight path that someone had to have initiated. 4 hours, the plane flew on, a ghost ship in the night sky. Its course, a complete mystery. While it was invisible to conventional radar, a satellite company detected a series of automated signals, or handshakes, from the aircraft. These pings continued for nearly 7 hours after the last voice contact. They didn't give a precise location, but they allowed investigators to calculate 2 massive potential flight paths, one north and one south. Based on the amount of fuel on board, the southern corridor, stretching deep into the remote southern Indian Ocean, was deemed the most likely path. The final handshake, known as the seventh arc, defined the probable area where the plane ran out of fuel and crashed. What followed was the largest, most complex, and most expensive search operation in aviation history. Over 24 countries, including Australia, Malaysia, and China, pooled their resources. Ships, submarines, and aircraft scoured millions of square kilometers of the Indian Ocean. They used advanced sonar technology and autonomous underwater vehicles to map the treacherous, unexplored seabed, in some places deeper than the Grand Canyon. The search costs well over $150 million and spanned years. Yet, despite this monumental effort, the main wreckage of the aircraft was never found. The vast, dark abyss of the Indian Ocean kept its secrets. For more than a year, there was no physical proof of the plane's fate. Then, in July 2015, a piece of debris washed ashore on Reunion Island, thousands of kilometers from the primary search area. It was a flaperon, a part of the wing. Investigators confirmed it belonged to a Boeing 777, and the serial numbers matched those of the missing aircraft. It was the first, and to this day, the only confirmed piece of MH370 ever found. Over the following years, more than 30 other pieces of suspected debris washed up on the coasts of Africa and nearby islands, consistent with ocean currents from the presumed crash site. But the flaperon remains the only absolute link. So where does that leave us? A decade later, the core questions remain unanswered. What caused the plane to divert so drastically from its course? Was it a catastrophic mechanical failure, a hijacking, or an intentional act by one of the pilots? The theories are endless. Some points to a fire or depressurization event that incapacitated the crew, leaving the plane to fly on autopilot until it ran out of fuel. The ghost flight theory. Others believe it was a deliberate act of mass murder. And then there are the more far-fetched conspiracy theories involving remote hijacking or the plane being shot down. Each theory has its supporters and its flaws, but without the black boxes, the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, we may never know the truth. The official search may have been suspended, but the hunt is not over. A private company called Ocean Infinity, which conducted its own search in 2018, has proposed a new no-find, no-fee search operation. They believe that, with new technology and a refined analysis of the satellite data, they can finally pinpoint the wreckage location. The families of the 239 people on board continue to fight for answers, holding on to the hope that one day the final resting place of their loved ones, will be found. MH370 is more than just a missing plane. It's a story of human loss, technological limits, and an enduring mystery that continues to captivate the world. The ocean is vast, but hope remains that its deepest secrets can't be kept forever. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as compelling as I do, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries.